Good morning, everyone. Please have a seat. So I'm not sure if anyone else is enjoying the slightly earlier light these days with the sun coming up over Zuhalem, and it's just beginning to feel like we're getting that turn and the bulbs are poking their heads up through the soil. And so I think that's always a really good sign, and it's just an uplifting start to the day. It's lovely to see everyone in pink, or most of you in your pink today. I do have a pink shirt myself, although the one that I was going to wear is wet in the laundry. Too much information, but I think it's great. It's great that we honour this day and make sure that we understand what it's about, where it came from. So there's a bit of a presentation about that this morning as a reminder, and then obviously we want to hold that spirit and that approach with each other in our community and beyond moving forward. We have a guest speaker as well that I'm really looking forward to hearing speak again after the stigma-free presenters have presented. His name is Celestin, and I think if we could just at this stage as well, let's just give him a really warm welcome to the audience. Celestin is from Rwanda and has been in Canada for a couple of years, and he's here to share a bit of his story with us, and so I'm sure you'll all be a wonderful audience and listen attentively. In the meantime, we have Serena and Ali from the Stigma Free who are going to come up and give us a bit of a presentation on Pink Shirt Day. Please welcome them.
Hi everyone, I'm Ali.
And my name is Serena, and we're here from the Stigma Free Club to tell you a little bit about Pink Shirt Day. So to start, what is Pink Shirt Day? Pink Shirt Day began in 2007 in Coldbrook, Nova Scotia, when a boy at a local high school was bullied for wearing a pink shirt. 2 grade 12 students saw what happened and decided to take action. They bought 50 pink shirts and encouraged their classmates to wear them the next day to show support for the bullied student. Their message of kindness and solidarity spread, and now schools all across Canada wear pink on the last Wednesday of February to take action against bullying. This year's theme is Let Kindness Grow. Together we can each nurture a sense of belonging where we live, work, and play.
So why is Pink Shirt Day important? Wearing a pink shirt shows support for anyone who has been a victim of bullying and helps create a community where everyone feels safe and included. By wearing pink, you help spread the message of kindness, inclusion, and safety. Bullying can take many forms, whether it's physical, verbal, social, or cyber, and all of them can deeply affect someone's well-being.
What is the difference between bullying and harassment? Bullying and harassment are similar because both involve hurtful words or actions. However, harassment is a form of discrimination and is often linked to one's identity, such as their race, gender, or if they have a disability. Understanding this distinction helps us better support those who experience these harmful behaviors.
When you're being bullied, staying calm and safe is the most important thing. Some ways you can handle a bully are ignoring them. Sometimes bullies will stop if they don't get a reaction. Walk away, and if possible, remove yourself from the situation. Use a confident voice and say, "Stop, that's not okay," or "That hurt my feelings." Stay with friends. Bullies are less likely to target you if you're in a group. You don't have to handle bullying alone. You can talk to someone you trust, like a teacher or a counselor, a parent or family member, a friend who can support you. Reporting bullying is not tattling, it's standing up for your safety.
So now we have a quick video to demonstrate bullying.
I never did anything to you.
I seemed to feel better about myself when I hurt you. But really all I felt
Was shame.
I hide this part of myself from my kids. People I hope love me.
Even now, it makes me feel so alone.
I just went along. I was just a coward.
I just wish someone had stopped it all and said,
If I could just go back, I'd say,
"I'm sorry."
This video reminds us of the lasting impact of our words and actions. It tells the story of two boys who bullied a classmate and later, as adults, reflected on their regret. Through their adult voices, they expressed the pain of knowing they had hurt someone. When their voices shifted back to their younger selves, they said, "I wish I never did this to you." This powerful moment shows us that kindness lasts a lifetime, but so can the harm caused by bullying. It's a reminder to choose compassion and empathy each day, because how we treat others shapes their experience and our own memories.
Mr. Robertson shared a powerful story with us at the start of Stigma Free Month presentation. He spoke about why he got involved with the Stigma Free Society. After hearing his friend's experience of being bullied as a child and how those painful memories still affect him deeply even as an adult. This shows us that wounds caused by bullying don't just disappear with time. That's why it's so important to create a culture of kindness, understanding, and support.
Have you ever heard of a rainbow bench? When someone sits on it, their peers know that they're looking for connection and support. In the senior school, we don't have a physical bench. We can all recognize when someone seems lonely or disconnected. Instead of walking by, take a moment to reach out and start a conversation.
We are honored to welcome Celestin, a case manager at the Cowichan Intercultural Society. He'll be sharing with us the importance of community, kindness, and supporting each other. Please join me in giving him a warm QMS welcome.
Hi Queens, hi Kings. My name is Celestin. I came in Canada in 2022. I'm from Rwanda. This is Africa. So Rwanda is located in eastern part of Africa, close to Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, for those who might know those areas. So I am from the Tutsi Congolese community, and I was pressured by soldiers to recruit young Tutsi Congolese from refugee camps, because I was by then working as a community organizer, trying to help young people to be resilient, looking for jobs, with this kind of entrepreneurial spirit, just because, these are poor countries. They need to make their ends meet at the end of the day. So part of their dreams was just to be able to make it in life. So they didn't want just to be part of the rebel groups. So that was my aim to work with them. But again, these soldiers wanted me to divert, take advantage of the influence that I have on them. So they wanted me to recruit them in the soldier. So, of course, I refused it. I refused the offer, and which the soldier after that, a lot of discussion, one of the soldiers pointed the gun on me and threatened my life. So, and he made it clear that if I refused, I refused to comply, I will face consequences. You might not understand those consequences. So, fearing for my life and family safety, I decided to leave the country. Initially, I traveled to the United States, and hoping the situation will change. Maybe I will go back to my country. But my family advised me to seek refuge, to file my case for refugee status. So a little bit, So I decided to seek asylum in Canada instead of the United States, because I was hoping, I was believing that I would better get a good refugee protection in Canada. So what can people do to help foster a sense of belonging for newcomers to Canada. People can help foster a sense of belonging for newcomers by being welcoming, offering support, and creating an inclusive environment. This can include helping newcomers navigate their new surroundings, offering language support, and involving them in community activities. It is essential to show empathy and patience, as adjusting to a new country can be difficult. The kindness I've experienced since I arrived here in Canada from people of it was truly, very fantastic and helped me feel accepted and supported, making it easier to adapt to my new life here in Canada. So, what can bring people of different cultures to come together? Because I'm not the one only coming here in Canada. Canada has, this is your culture. You are really, if I could summarize one of the things, here in Canada, in one word, I would say hospitality. So you receive so many people, which means it's a lot of cultures coming together. So bringing people of different cultures together can be achieved through mutual respect and shared experience, because everyone has got his own experience. Creating opportunities for cultural exchange. Everyone is not shy away from expressing himself and his culture, and that kind of diversity is really good. Such a community event and programs that can be shaped can help people learn from each other and appreciate their differences. Education plays a key role in fostering understanding, as does offering platform for people to share their stories and experience. Some of the stories, they happen to be horrible, of course. It's really hard sometimes to hear from them. So by focusing on common values like respect, kindness, and empathy, community can bridge cultural divides and build stronger, more united societies here in Canada. I thank you for welcoming all the newcomers here in Canada. Thank you, British Columbia. Thank you, Cowichan Valley. Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, all of you.
Okay, so I think what we did on Tuesday was have an opportunity for some Q&A, and there were some really great questions that for Celestin that came out from the floor and from different parts of the chapel. So I think let's have that opportunity today. I mean, we just heard a fraction of Celestin's story, and you may well, as he was talking, have been thinking of other questions or other things that were intriguing you about what he was saying, maybe parts of his journey and that kind of thing. So let's open it up. What questions do we have?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
How did you learn the language?
My language.
Before coming to Canada or after coming to Canada?
Yeah, I was born in Congo, actually, in a French-speaking setting. So when after the genocide, we had to come back in Rwanda because Tutsis were, being persecuted again in Congo. The safe place was Rwanda now that time. So Rwanda being, has changed for some reason, switched from French to English. So at that time, as someone who used to speak French, and then I started learning English. And most of my parts where I learned English was in the church, amazingly. Listening from sermons, all those kind of stuff, but also reading. And my workplace also was an English-speaking environment. Thank you so much. Yes.
How did you end up here in the Cowichan Valley?
So that's a good question. So I think it was by fortunate accident, I think, because I met somebody from here, and then one of the reasons that made me come here, it was the weather. You can't imagine. I'm uncomfortable with the winter. I used to be in Quebec, So last time I told people, how can you live literally in the fridge? That's what happened. Yeah.
From the time that you were first threatened to the time that you escaped to the United States, what was that time frame?
Yeah, it was like it was very quick, 6 months, because these people were being very, very aggressive in recruiting young people. Because in those conflicts, you found, a young kid having a gun that weighs more than himself. So trying to fight, so you're really horrible. It was, something devastating to see, seeing young kid destroying the future of young man. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Who was doing the recruiting? Like, what was the army, and why? What were they fighting for? What did they want these children to fight for?
Yeah, partly you might give them reasons that these people were fighting, because they are being discriminated just of being belonging to one tribe. But again, for me, my understanding was that I don't want them to go to fight, rather maybe to go through other means like negotiation, doing some, all those kind of stuff, peaceful resolution of the conflict, not fighting, because most of them really were dying, losing their life. You can see mothers, being dismayed by that situation. Yeah. As they are fighting for their right, they want to be, they are not accepted as Congolese, although they have roots in Rwanda, because you see these boundaries, they do draw boundaries. One community you find like here you have First Nation, but in US you have a native. So it's like that. But you cannot deny natives their rights of nationality just because you think they should be in one part of the country. So that's it. That's the concern that is there. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
What was the biggest challenge you faced when you came to Canada?
My biggest challenge, it was adapting. You think I know English, but in some reason you speak very fast. I don't understand. Yeah, you really know how to call stuff. You know how to shorten your words. But for me, if it is international, I would say international. But for you, we say national. Very fast, I don't understand what you mean. So that's was the first challenge, Of course, also with the culture, you will always have those. But the good thing about that, you Canadians are good to see a newcomer, because I told you you are very good at helping people. They can notice that you're not familiar to something, and then they will help you, do that. If it is a service, they will make easier for you to access that service. Yes. Yeah.
About the Intercultural Society, are there any youth programs to meet and help newcomers?
Yes. Yeah, there is a program. There is a youth program for that. Thank you.
What do you think your biggest goal here in the Cowichan Valley is?
What?
Your biggest goal?
My biggest goal is to create an environment that allows me to grow and overcome my past, So, being integrated is not a one-day journey. So you need to understand the culture. You need to understand what it is that you want to achieve. Most of those things are different from what you have maybe set some years back. You need to start from from the scratch sometime. So that's really a big task. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for that question. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, I could just tell from the number of questions, and I know there were probably more out there as well, how impactful having Celestine's voice here this morning was for us as a community. It's an extraordinary story, and it's rare for us to have access to or to experience a voice like yours who has overcome so much challenge, and I think that's really helpful for us to build a sense of perspective in the world and get a sense of perspective of our lives in the Cowichan Valley too. But while your story is extraordinary, I think part of the point is as well that there are so many people who have faced that challenge and in other countries and other nations in the world and have been forced to move to different areas. And so understanding that that's part of our culture and that's part of what it is to be Canadian, to try and be as accepting as we can and to try and understand the kinds of perspectives and voices that are part of our communities too. So doing what we can and recognizing that our impacts on people around us are significant, which connected really well to what Serena and Ali were saying at the start too, is how we behave, not only when we receive, whether it's a form of harassment or whether it's bullying, how we behave on the receiving end of it, but acknowledging that we all have the capacity to deliver unkind, behaviors or rude behaviors as well. And so recognizing that what is it that forces us to be capable or to be able to do some of those things to other people. So looking deep within, thinking about what we need, what are the struggles in our lives, because often those can be the drivers that push us to do unkind things to other people. And I think if we try and do that whole reflective piece, and we really process and reflect on Celestine's voice as well today, and on Serena and Ali's presentation, then I think we'll all begin to do what Celestine wants and what so many of us want to do in life, which is just to grow and become better people, every day and every week. So a huge thank you again to all of our presenters today. And I think I'd really like to invite Celestine to lead us out of the chapel gathering today. So if you could join together in thanking our presenters, and please stand.